Hi there. Happy Tuesday, everyone. How are we doing today? Last day of the month. That means I think there were 5 episodes this month. Is that right? No, I think we missed one. We missed one earlier in the month when Stephanie was at um, HSN because I was in charge of the dog, and that was enough. I couldn't do my Take Two Tuesday that day. So welcome. Hey, my name's Ken. I'm here at Stamps of Life. Like I said, it's March 31st. I want to welcome all of you. Thank you for joining me. We're here. We're going to hang out and we're going to have some fun. I see some of you are there in the chat. So welcome to all of you. We have we have some stuff to catch up on here. We have a lot going on this week. So I'm going to fill you in on that. And then we are going to do a die set from 2020, going kind of way back. And if you like big card dies, this is one of those nice ones. So we're going to do that. And we will do we're going to have kind of like a Easter quiz related. We'll see how this goes today. It's actually a video on YouTube. So you're going to have like a piece of scratch paper and a pen, and you're going to have a column. Yes, I got it right, or no, I got it wrong. And you're going to have to mark because it's like 7 minutes of just straight questions. We're going to see how many, we're going to have a contest. We'll see how many Ken can get right on his own. And then I want to see how many you can get right on your own. All right. So it's all kind of Easter related. Some of it is customary things like cultural things to do like with, the kind of the fun part of Easter bunnies and eggs and that kind of stuff. And then there's also the Christian side, the Jesus side too. So that will all be mixed together. So we're going to challenge ourselves to see how we can do on that. All right. What else? Let's see. I think we're just going to get right to it. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Oh, I do have a question for fun. It is Easter candy season. And one of the big candies that is often a favorite are jelly beans. Jelly beans. My question for you, is there a flavor of jelly bean that you tried to avoid? So there's that big jar or bag or candy bowl full of jelly beans. Is there one flavor that you tried to avoid? I certainly have a couple that are not my favorite, but probably like you guys, a lot of you, my least favorite jelly bean. So I try to avoid this one. So you tell me in the chat. All right. Everybody jump in. My least favorite is definitely the licorice. I can just not. Some people love it. I just cannot get a taste for licorice jelly beans. So if you like them, wonderful. But maybe there is some flavor that just hits you the wrong way. They make jelly beans in all kinds of. There's Starburst kind. There's regular kinds. There's the black licorice. There's just plain red and green and pastels and all those. So, but in the chat, let me know. Is there a jelly bean that you tried to avoid just for fun? Let me see if I have anything working here. I did jump on late today. My own fault. I just got busy around here and lost track of time. And all of a sudden, a bunch of stuff hit right at the end. And I'm here. So that's all that matters. So let's see who's in the chat and who says, let's see. Yeah. So far we are going black one, said Barbara. Barbara, I hope you're doing well. I've been praying for you. And I know you were going to see a doctor last week and get some results. So hope you're doing well. Licorice, says Jamie. Yep. Danielle says the blackwood. Grape. There's a different one. I'm okay with grape. Shelby says black licorice. Ruth says that must be black licorice is her favorite. Gloria says the black ones. Don't like jelly beans at all, Janet. You're probably better off doing without them. Green ones, but she loves the licorice one, says Dawn. And Diane also said no to licorice. Chris says she tries to avoid the black licorice and also green. And Karen says no jelly beans. If you guys don't eat jelly beans, good for you. You're probably better off. Karen says pear. Jelly belly pear. There are some in those Jelly Belly ones. There are some weird flavors. There are some that are weird. Like I kind of eat them and I go, do I like this or not? But usually I don't spit them out. So I guess I eat them. So welcome everybody. We are going to have some fun. What do I have to tell you? If you haven't been on the website this week, I guess I should fill you in on that. We have a class coming up. So I hope all of you are in the class, but if you haven't got your seat yet, I know they are starting to get a little bit lower. So I see on the cardstock packs, we have 19 left. So the countdown is on. I'm guessing on I just don't know how many. I'm guessing on the online class, maybe around 25 or 30. So if you think you want to take that class, don't wait too much longer, because the way it's going, it might be a sellout. And the actual classes, let's click on it. And all our online classes, they are live, which will be live on Tuesday, April 14th. That is just 2 weeks away. But if you go, oh, I can't make it that day, don't worry about it, because it's recorded. And you can go and watch it at a time that works out for you. Okay, so you can have the option of watching it live, or you can watch the recorded version, and you get to watch it over and over again. Once you buy the class, it is yours forever. So you can go back to, maybe there's some tips that you want to practice on another type of card. You'll be able to go back to this online class over and over. We're going to have fun. We are going to have some fun, okay? So make sure you check it out. Just type in puffer fish, or if you're on the main page, it's just right there. And we do have that add-on. Let me show you. I have a couple samples here with me that I did bring from home. So if you're wondering, hey, what is this class all about? Oh, one of my lights is out. I hope that's not really true. Let's see if I did it right. Oh, I flipped the button the wrong way. Oh, and I didn't hook up my camera. Give me 1 second. My little camera here is not ready to go, so I apologize. I thought I got everything all put together here at the last minute, but not quite. So give me 1 second. Hopefully this camera picks up really quick and we won't have any problems. That light is on. Good. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right, we're in business. No way. That is like a miracle. Now, if I can just adjust it a little bit. Why are you blinking, light? You see a blinking light in the background. I am sorry. One of the lights back here is not functioning correctly. Okay, so let me show you what we have over here, our card samples. So if you're wondering about the class, to give you an idea of what we'll be doing. What is going on there? No, you stay on. So this is the puffer fish. Let me get rid of my name too. Puffer fish and friends, I think it is. So you're going to see some friends here, and we will get to our puffer fish. Oh, where is that? Sorry. So stay salty, it says. Why are you blinking? You're going to go off because you're not going to do that. Okay, so we've got that one, and there's this one says "You Blow Me Away." Cool, sparkly. We used some glitter paper like this last week on one of our cards, and it really makes a big difference. That's an A2 card there. And I like this one. And here's an idea with a shadow box. Look at that. Wow, 5x7 shadow box. You can really layer that and make it interesting. That's fun. And I do have one more sample, which is the big die in this set. I had to lean down there, so sorry about that. Where did he come from? And that is our main folded die that comes with the class kit, You Blow Me Away. All right, and that makes an A2 card, same as our regular cards. You could do top or side. You get the stamps with it. You're going to get the stamp set that comes with it. You get all these guys, a couple little sayings. Those will be fun to color and decorate. And then you get our stencil. It's going to come with Bubbly Ocean stencil. And let me open this one real quick, see if I can see in here. So I can show you. This is the die set that matches the stamps. So you're going to get that. But let's open it up. So if you end up getting a class that looks like it was a little bit open, it was just me. I had to unseal this one. It hasn't been used. And then here is the puffer fish that you're actually going to get in the class as well. So all that's included in the class. It's usually around 2.5 hours. Stephanie will be leading us, and we'll have a lot of fun. All right, so that is coming up. Don't forget, get your little puffer fish before he goes away. Whoop. All righty. Let's see. What else do we have? I wanted to mention that the card kit if you're not a Card Kit Club member and you want an easy way to make cards, this is the way to go. Stamps of Life card kit. This is the March March edition. We're right in the middle. We're ending up in March, but this will be our kit through April 15th. All right. So if you want to get in the club, it's really nice. I don't know if you can see all this, but you get all this fun stuff in here. The big thing is you get this really awesome A1 box card die set in your, you can't really see it, huh? Boop, got to put it by me. That's included in your kit. So it's awesome. Once you join the club, let me find that. Once you join the club, you are going to get all the fun benefits of being in the club. There we go. So when you're a club member, you get 15% off the Stamps of Life website. So it's like a sale for you all the time. Anytime you come on the Stamps of Life website and shop, you log into your account, and everything you purchase, every order, every day, 15% off for club members. So that is a big advantage. You get a couple of gifts when you sign up for the club, and you earn club points. If you're in the USA, the shipping is already included, so it's free shipping. In the US, there's no extra charge for your shipping. If you do international, it is a little more expensive, but that's on the website. Check that out. That will be available for a little bit longer before we switch to our April kit in the middle of April. And then, I did want to share this card. This is from our friend. Where did she go there? Let's see. Oh, gosh. Did I throw away the outside card? Darn it. Oh, who sent me this one? I can't remember who sent this card. Give me 1 second. I had saved the envelope, but now it's gone. But it was a nice, encouraging card, and so I wanted to say, and it's Easter themed. Oh, I remember now. It's Carolyn. It's Carolyn, yeah. Thanks, Carolyn, for this card. I'm sorry I threw away the envelope and I couldn't make out your name on the bottom of it. As you saw, I had to put on my glasses. So Carolyn sent me this nice Easter card, and it's really nice. And she had some nice notes in there for Stephanie and me. So that was nice of you, Carolyn. I appreciate it. Sorry, I forgot your name there without the envelope, but I see Carolyn down there at the bottom. And so that was a nice card that she made. Excited for Easter. And she's got the little verse down there. He is not here, for he is risen. So thanks a lot, Carolyn. That was nice. I appreciate that Easter card. What else do we have going on here? I did that. We talked about, tonight. It is tonight. Today's the last day of the month. So that means Stephanie will have a live reveal. Join Stephanie tonight for our live club reveal. That will be at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. She will be on Facebook and YouTube tonight. That will be live. The new Die Hard Club and Stamp Club collection for April is going to get revealed tonight. So you don't want to miss that. That will be fun. Stephanie always has a good time showing off the new items when they come out. That will be, again, live on Facebook and YouTube. Tune in for that. Set yourself a reminder, whatever you want to do. And that's another option for a club. Maybe you like the card kit that I just showed you, where you get everything together and you can just start creating. Or maybe you like to do things a little bit on your own. So the stamps and dies that you see tonight, you might like those, and they're going to be brand new. So great time to join the club. All right, I think that's everything. I think that is everything. Let me check my list. Oh, and I did want to mention, because that's the biggest thing, and I almost let it slip. Happy Easter to all of you. This Sunday will be Easter. So I hope all of you will have a fun Easter, maybe hanging out with some kids or grandkids. Maybe you'll have some family. Maybe if you're not with anybody, you just find a way to celebrate and enjoy life. God's really blessed us, and we have a lot to be thankful for. So hopefully you can remember to do that on Easter. We'll celebrate Jesus and his resurrection, and then all that other fun stuff that goes along with it. Oh, also, so I told you about the game today. Stay tuned at the end. We'll do our Good News devotional today. We are at the end of the book of Joshua. So if you want to look there, end of the book of Joshua, I think it's Joshua 24, maybe. It's the last chapter, okay? So if you want to have your Bible ready and you want to follow along with us, or you have a Bible app or on tablet, however you want to do it, we will do that at the end of our segment. But we're going to have some fun. So our item today that we are looking at is this one. And I might have shown this to you maybe a year or maybe two. We've been doing this for a little over 2 years. So it's possible I showed, but I found a bunch of good card samples. And I just kind of wanted to update this one. It's from September of 2020. So probably most of you haven't seen this presented, but if you have, we're going to make it fun and interesting. You're going to like these samples. Now, if you go on the website, just type in rounded slimline, and it's going to pull up this die for you. And I will swoop, not that one. And there it is. And you can, this is all included. Let me show you what you get. You get the base, which is that outside piece there, a couple panels, which are really nice. And there will be some card ideas there for you as well. So you can check that out on the website. And then I did, just for fun, I typed in, so look at these great samples. So see, these are different than the samples that I have today. So I think when I showed this set to you a couple of years ago, that the card samples I had in that batch were different from the ones I have here. There's an old video with using the Slimline in there. And so that'll give you some ideas. Then you can just scroll down. You can see some of the other Slimline things. But I also typed in rounded Slimline on the website, and I found some of these items that go with it. So there's the base that we're talking about, but there are also some other ones, and you might see these on the card. There's a Slimline inside scallop rectangles. There's this Slimline rounded rectangles. Slimline, now this is a rectangle, but with the scallops on the inside, but you might see some of these mixed in on some of these samples. So I wanted you to know where they came from. If you're on the website, you'll just type in rounded Slimline right up there and then hit the search, and it will show you the ones that you can kind of layer. So this would be the main base of the card, but then if you want to do some layering, we have these other options. All right. Now the die set, and I'm going to go back to the previous page, just has a few dies. It includes 4 dies. And again, you have the one main die that will cut out the base for us, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we have a couple panels, which one of them that I have cut out is really, really nice. So I want to share that with you. Before we do that, let's go ahead and look at our samples. And again, this is where you're going to see some of those other, you're going to see some of the other examples that I have with this Slimline that we're using today, the rounded corner, but it has some of these other dies layered on them. I think that's why it really caught my attention. I'm like, I got to show this die set off again because there's some really great stuff here. So here we go. All right. And hopefully that will be, here's our Slimlines. Happy birthday, my friend, it says. Let's see if we go back a little bit. Yeah. So you can see this has the inside scallop. Look at those nice layers. It's really awesome. Add some flowers to that. This is an example of how, if you can see, there's a little bit of layer of adhesive foam in there. That gives the card a little depth. All right, that's how you get some depth to those. You can layer them just straight flat if you like, but if you want to add a little bit of extra interest to your card, the adhesive foam is nice. Here is a rounded, basic, just rounded, nice stamping on there. Really cool. Hugs for you, it says. Here's another. We're out of winter, but this one says snowflakes are kisses from heaven. And they've added the little snow globe on there, and that opens up like that. And we have another. This one is a vertical. So remember with Slimlines, you can go horizontal or vertical. So you can't quite see it, but there's, maybe if I tip it that way, see how tall that card would be. And our little turtle guy is holding up our Christmas ornaments there. This must have been a kind of a Christmas season one, but I do see some other ones. Merry Christmas. Isn't that awesome? I like that one. Fancy, fancy, fancy. And then we have a thank you with some fun glitter paper. It looks like it's been embossed. How did they do, our designer do that? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I try, but there's some things I just don't know that are past my pay grade here. I'm very basic on my card making. Look at our little penguin guys. Stay cool and waddle your own way. Now, this is a square base, but it does have some of the rounded or rectangle base. So this is a little different than what we're looking at today, but it does have the inside layering of some rounded items there. Okay. So that is a little bit mixed. And then we have this one. You're my favorite old bird. I don't think it's a good thing to be called an old bird, is it? Is that a positive thing to be called an old bird, or kind of like somebody taking a shot at us? And then one more vertical. Snowflakes are kisses from heaven, it says. I'll get our snowman on there. So a lot of these had winter theme or Christmas theme on them. It must have been made around that time of season, but you can use it for, just like we saw, like Valentine's, just any occasion. Thank you. We had our bird card. There's all kinds of different ways you can use it. It doesn't just have to be Christmas. It doesn't just have to be spring. Any time of the year, you can use this set. So a lot of samples I had here that are really nice. If you want to see them again, when this video is over, you can just go back and watch and you'll be able to check these out again. So I'm going to get our dies out and we are going to go ahead and do some die cutting. One of my cameras over here, or one of my lights, is kind of flashing. So we're going to see what happens. Oh, I did have a question for you guys just for fun. As I switch over here. Well, no, not that one. That does have a machine, but not the angle we want to see. There we go. When it comes to Easter egg hunts, did any of you see? I don't think this is what happens nowadays. We haven't done an Easter egg hunt for a while. Do you use real eggs when you do your Easter egg hunt, or do you use the plastic eggs? Let me know. Have you ever had a Easter egg hunt where you use real eggs? That is the main question. Any Easter egg hunts with real eggs? Now, I remember, like I said, nowadays, I think we are mostly using plastic when we do them. I can't even recall the last time we done. But do you make real eggs? I remember when I was a kid, we would take the eggs and what did they have you dip them in? Remember you had those little wire dipper and then you would dip it in, and it was it vinegar? Was it vinegar? And you would put like a tablet in the vinegar and it would make the dye. And then we would dunk the hard-boiled egg, right? Not a regular egg, a hard-boiled egg. We would go ahead and add to dip the hard-boiled egg in, was it vinegar with that little bubbly, and it would change colors, and you could have different colors and mix and match, and you could put stripes on your eggs. So that's what I remember. But that was when I was a kid. I don't know if they still do real eggs for Easter egg hunts, but when I was a kid, I remembered it was always real eggs. But being a parent or a grandparent, I think I only see plastic eggs nowadays filled with, of course, candy or jelly beans or melted chocolate or something like that. So did you ever do an Easter egg hunt with real eggs? Maybe it bringing you back to your childhood memories. I remember coloring those kind of eggs. And I also do remember somebody would hide them. I guess it was the Easter Bunny, right? That was supposed to hide them. That's right. The Easter Bunny hid them. And yeah, we would go and look for them, and we would eat lots of hard-boiled eggs. And I remember putting a lot of salt on those eggs to make them taste good. But it was fun. But does anybody still do a real egg? So here we go. This is our large die. And what this die will do is it will cut out the whole base of the card, and it's going to score it for us right here too. So we don't have to measure or do anything extra. We just run it through the machine and we'll have our card base. Now this sheet of paper is a little bit dirty, so I'm going to flip it over. I use a lot of scratch paper or scratch card stock around here that we have a bunch of extra. And every once in a while we get some dirty sheets, especially if they're a lighter color like this one. So we're just going to run that through. Oh, why do you see the floor of my, let's see, is that going to work better? There we go. Run that through easy. Got it lined up straight, no squeaking, no scrunching, no clicking. And let's see what we have. So here we are. And let's go the other way. That's the dirty side. There it is. There is the base of our card. Okay, there is the base of our card. Now we're working in the direction of some of these. Again, if you're just joining us, this is taped, and you can go back and watch everything that we've done. But to give you an idea, this is what we're working towards. Slimline, different shapes, styles. All right, so this is what we're working on. And I am in the process of just kind of doing a basic here for us. Now, next, I want to get some cool looking panels. Look at these swirls. Really, really nice. And gives you a nice background for one of the panels. So what happens is we'll run this through the machine, and what's cut out, this panel here, it will fit, layer right onto our card base. So let's do that next. I'm going to get a bright kind of Eastery pink color here. I've got that. And we're going to run that through. I think it'll fit on there. Yep. Now, yesterday, I ended up with a scrap that looked really nice that I was going, I bet we could use that for something else. So let's see what happens today, if it turns out the same way or not. Not sure that it will. Sometimes things just happen when you're card making that you don't even expect. So you get some surprises here, which can be either good or bad, right? Card making surprises can be good or bad. You can go, wow, that turned out even nicer than I expected. Or it can also be like, when I run a die through the machine upside down and it doesn't cut it, it just scores it. You can go, well, that didn't work out for the good. So either way, you can have some surprises when you're card making. But let's see what we get here. Oh, I messed up. I did. Ooh, this is going to be this die that I just ran through are great, but it's not going to cut. It's only going to score it. I needed this die to be around this other one to actually do the cutting. So, am I going to be able to save this or not? Well, let's see. I might have really messed this up. So here's one of those. Oops. So I should have had this die around this one. That's what happens when you talk and try to make cards at the same time. Do things like that. At least all my dies were in the right direction. So I'm going to try to save this. I don't know if it will work, but let's try. So now I got to try to run it through again one more time. Sorry about that. That's going to cost us a little bit of time, and I might just have to redo this one. I might have to redo, but let's give it a try. This might be my only nice pink color like this. So let's see what happens. All right. So it looks like everything stayed in place. Let's see what we got here. All right. So I went off the edge. So I did kind of goof up here because I did not have it measured out enough. So we're going to have one corner that's kind of goofy, but we'll just pretend that's not there. Okay. So this corner right here, just ignore that. That is a kin error. But the surprise yesterday, check this out. The surprise yesterday was I didn't know it was going to come with all these little extra pieces. Whoops. That might be usable. So we're going to find out a way if we can use these. But this largest one here, this one's a really nice one. I'm sure there is a way you could use this. Let me get all this pulled out of here. There are a couple little swirls, so you can see those two, and you could probably use them on a card somewhere, but this one large one is really nice, and it might be a nice way to decorate a card, something you can use that was an unexpected surprise. So here we have both options. We have a good surprise, like I was talking about, and then the surprise where I forgot to cut everything or add that extra die that would actually cut this. So I kind of goofed up. So that was an example of a not good. Okay, so I've got that. Bear with me. There's one little piece that is just hanging in here that should be coming off of there. Come on now. We don't want it to tear, but it is a little delicate. So let's see, what can we do? Why are you catching on there? This did not happen yesterday. All right, I've got that. Oh, I see. So this one is hooked on there. They're all kind of hooked together now. And let's see if this will not come apart there. Why are you sticking there? Okay. There we go. I got it. Wow, that was delicate. All right, so this is the part we want to use, which is nice. I'll show you how to use that real quick here. But this extra piece that we did end up with, and I did kind of twist it up and mess it up a little bit today, but we do have this nice extra piece. Maybe you have another card you want to add it into, like I do have some extra bases here. It would fit in like here on the inside of a Slimline if I wanted to add some extra decoration, if I had some words I wanted to add. So that was something extra. Maybe you want to fill in a panel up there. So this was just extra that came out of that die that I just cut. So you can kind of work with that, spread it out, make it look nice. I think that would add a nice little extra touch that you already have the piece, you might as well use it. That's what I figure, at least. We're going to put these dies off to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you what we ended up with here. I do have the white base, white card base here. And this was the die that we just ran through the machine, and it will layer just like that. So just by itself, doing nothing else, that looks really nice. You have some of your images you want to add to it, great. If you have some words, we saw like the Merry Christmas, the winter related words, you can decorate this, but the base of your card is pretty much ready to go. I have one little piece that I didn't pop out here, but it just looks so nice. And then you can also layer this a little bit too, as far as, remember I talked about how you could use the adhesive sheets and lift it and give it a little bit of depth. But even if you just really want to change the look of your card really easily, you could just add this in behind. And where we had white before, now we can add another layer and we can change the look of the card just like that. Just like that. So an extra color behind really adds a little bit of extra interest as well. Now, yesterday I cut out this blue and I thought this one really looked sharp. Eastery colors that we have here today that look really nice. And then the same card with the yellow behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this just plain, just how it is. Let me get some adhesive on here. And we'll do that and we'll be finished with our die cutting here. So again, this is on Stamps of Life website. Slimline cards are more like a business letter size card. The postage is the same. If you send them, it does give you a little more space to work with in comparison to an A2. So if you're not familiar with Slimlines, the card base basically works the same. It's just shaped a little bit different, and you have more opportunities to write in them, add words, decorate, all up to you. So know that with a Slimline, you get a little more working space. I'm just going to add that to there. Kind of push that down again. I'm going to put my thumb over that corner where I goofed it up. But there you have it. Really, really easy. And let me show you in comparison to here is a mini Slimline card that we made. So this is mini. This is a regular Slimline. And then I should have an A2 card base here. Let me see. It's got to be an A2 card. Here we go. And this is an A2 card in size. So it kind of show you how the Slimline measures up. A little more length, not quite as wide. So that'll give you a comparison. There's the A2 underneath. Slimline is on top. All right, so that is our presentation today from September of 2020. I bet some of you have this already. If you don't have it, if you want to get a Slimline die set, if you're new to card making, this might be one that is a really nice way to get you started. And again, what we do here on Take Two Tuesdays, we're getting together and we do this card making to show you some items from the past that maybe you've never seen before. And so they're new to you. And then for some of you, you have these items already. And so this is a reminder, refresher for you to break out those old items. We want you to use those old items and get the most value out of them. And then what you'll want to do, maybe if you have this Slimline from the past, you're going to cut some card bases. And then these new stamps and dies that are coming out tonight or maybe from the pufferfish class, you can take those and you can just add those to these slimline dies. Really, really easy. Really, really easy. All right. So that was fun. Again, that's on the Stamps of Life website. You can check it out. We're going to do our game. Now, we've never done this one before. It looks to me like the video with all the questions will take about 7 minutes. So I'm going to get I have a piece of paper here. So I want you to do this too. Get a piece of paper. It can be a scratch paper, paper pad, whatever. Get a pen. And they're going to start showing us these questions on it. And each time you get one right, you're going to have a yes or right column. And then if you get one wrong, mark it on the wrong column. We're going to see who gets the most. So in the chat, after these questions are done, after our Easter questions, our Easter quiz is finished, I want you to tell me how many you got right. All right. Don't be shy. If you're new watching today, don't be shy. Everybody gets involved here, makes it more fun. So you're going to let me know. And if you want to shout out any of the answers in the chat while the questions are going, you can. But otherwise, I will tell you the answers I think. If you want to add your answer in the chat, you can. But we're all going to kind of do our own quiz, and we're going to see who comes out on top today. I have a feeling you guys will beat me, but let's try, okay? So I'm going to find the video. And I found this on, whoops, let's see, it's on YouTube. So I'm hoping there's no commercials. And I'm going to put it on speed, playback speed, not normal. We're going to do 1.25, so it goes a little bit faster. All right, and I am going to go ahead and switch over cameras here. And we're going to start this quiz. So do your best. Keep track of how many you get right and how many you get wrong. We can't stop or pause. This is like a speed quiz, a time quiz, all right? It should take about 7 minutes to do all these questions, which is shorter than a lot of the other quizzes we've tried to do. But this will be hopefully fun. We're giving it a try. We haven't done it this way before. Let's see what's going to happen. So let me switch over and let the quiz begin. Here we go. Now, last week we did do a crossword puzzle. Everything was good. This is Easter Extravaganza Trivia Quiz. How well do you know Easter? Here we go.
Today we're bringing you a new challenge. Do you know about Easter Day? Let's find out. We've prepared 30 questions and you have 10 seconds to answer. Before starting, hit the subscribe button for more exciting quizzes. Let the quizzing begin. What is the significance of Easter?
Hang on one second. I'm going to make sure I turn the volume up. Maybe the volume's too low. So what is the significance of Easter? I just told you where this is going to be speed, but now here I am slowing us down. So give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh. I'm hoping you get the sound from this. That was the one thing I didn't think of before. So here we go. Let's try it. So what is the significance of Easter?
Harvest Festival. C. Celebration of spring. C. Commemoration of Jesus' resurrection. It's C. Commemoration of Jesus' resurrection. What does the Easter bunny symbolize? A. Wisdom. B. Fertility. C. Renewal.
B.
It's B.
Oh, yeah, I got that one right.
What flower is traditionally associated with Easter? A. Tulip. B. Rose. C. Daffodil.
Ooh, that one's tough. I'm guessing C.
It's A.
I was wrong.
What Christian festival precedes Easter Sunday? A. Good Friday. B. Palm Sunday. C. Maundy Thursday.
Good Friday.
It's B.
You got one wrong again.
Which country is known for its Easter egg roll on the White House lawn? A. France. B. United States.
United States.
United Kingdom.
Keep track of your answers.
It's B. The United States. What do Christians traditionally give up for Lent? A. Meat. B. Electronics. C. Sweets.
I say A.
It's A. Meat.
Yeah.
In which Gospels are the Easter story detailed? A. Job, Exodus, and Jeremiah. B. Psalms, Isaiah, Peter.
C.
C, Matthew, John, and Luke.
Whoop, sorry.
For Easter Sunday. A, Good Thursday. B, Maundy Thursday. C, Easter Thursday.
I don't know that one.
It's B.
Didn't get that one.
Famous for its elaborate Easter procession. A, Paris. B, Rome. C, Seville.
Rome.
It's C, Seville.
Another one wrong.
Easter candle in Christian churches. A, represents the light of Christ. B, marks the end of Lent. C, symbolizes fertility. It's A, represents the light of Christ.
I'm 5 right, 5 wrong.
Wax and dye. A, egg hunt. B, tzatziki. C, egg roll.
A. Those are fancy eggs. What?
What is the term for the week leading up to Easter Sunday? A, Holy Week. B, Resurrection Week. C,
Holy Week.
Lenten Week.
Holy Week.
It's a Holy Week.
Yes.
Birds often associated with Easter. A, sparrow. B, robin. C, dove.
I'm guessing dove.
It's
Yeah.
What symbolizes new life in many Easter traditions?
How are you guys doing on there, out there?
Rabbit. C, egg.
Egg.
It's C,
Yes. Ooh, that was
Easter
close.
candy that tastes like a baby chicken. A, Cadbury egg. B, peeps. C, jelly beans.
Peeps.
It's B, peeps.
Got to know your candies, right?
In which month does Easter usually fall? A, January or February. B, March or April.
March or
C,
April.
May or
That's
June.
easy.
It's B, March or April.
We're about halfway.
Commemorates the Last Supper on Maundy Thursday. A, Holy Communion. B, Passover meal. C, Seder.
Passover meal.
It's A.
What?
Which famous chocolate company produces the Cadbury creme egg? A, Lindt. B, Hershey's. C, Cadbury.
Cadbury, right?
It's B.
What?
What color is associated with Easter due to its representation of purity and renewal? A, red. B, white. C, green.
White. Yes, that was just a guess.
What is the term for the 40 days leading up to Easter, excluding Sundays? A, Lent. B, Epiphany. C, Advent.
Lent.
It's A, Lent.
I've got 12 right so far. How many guys?
Colored eggs. A, hot cross buns. B, Tella. C, Pane di Pasqua.
A.
It's C,
I got that one wrong.
What do Christians traditionally eat on Easter Sunday? A, ham. B, lamb. C, fish.
Ham, at least around our house.
It's B, lamb.
What
Often associated with Easter.
This is tougher than I thought.
A, deer. B, horse. C, bunny.
Bunny. No?
It's C, bunny.
Yes. Whew.
What is the term for the Sunday before Easter, which commemorates Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem? A, Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday.
Resurrection Sunday. C, Easter Sunday.
Just got a few more.
Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday.
What is the name of the religious service that takes place in the early hours of Easter Sunday? A, morning mass. B, sunrise service. C, Easter vigil.
Sunrise service.
It's B, sunrise service. Where is the Easter bunny originally from? A, Germany. B, United States. C, France.
Oh, I cheated on this one. Germany. I did some research yesterday. Ha ha ha.
How many disciples joined Jesus at the Last Supper? A, 5. B, 12. C, 11.
11.
It's B,
Oh, Judas was still there. I forgot.
A, Buck. B, Doe. C, Kit.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know this one. Boop.
It's B, Doe.
A doe. How about
What is
that?
the significance of the Easter vigil service? A, celebrating the resurrection of Christ. B, marks the end of it. C, welcomes new members into the church.
Resurrection.
It's A, celebrating the resurrection of
Yeah.
Christ.
Finally.
Is famous for its elaborate Easter procession. A, Paris. B, Seville. C, Rome.
Gotta be Rome. Rome.
It's B, Seville.
I keep getting those ones
Thank
wrong.
you so much for watching. Let us know your
All
answers in the
right.
comments. Now click here to watch more fun quizzes.
That was it. That was not easy. That was not easy. Let me know in the chat How many did you get right? How many did you get right? I'm counting mine up. 1, 2. Let me know in the chat. How many did you get right? 5, 10. How many? What? 20? 20. We got some 20s out there. 20. Wow, you guys all got a bunch of 20s. Were you all copying from each other? 19. Did anybody beat 20? 20 looks like our top score so far. For all of you who got the 20s, great job. I am close to 20. It's okay if you're late. If you got 5 out of 5, that's good. 26. All right, Paula, great job. I ended up with, I quit counting. Yeah, it was kind of challenging, huh? If you didn't mark them down on the 4, I think, Shelly. Uh-oh, Shelly. So I ended up with 17. 17. And then we've got a 24. Great job, you guys. Great job. Let's see. For my 17, let me find a sound effect that I should get. How about if I give myself a, where are my sound effects? They're around here somewhere. Heartbeat, drum roll, bounce. Not a gong. Let's do a, that's what you get for 17. If you are up in the 20s, I'm going to give you this one. Congratulations, all of you people in the 20s. If anybody was in the teens with me, we did the best we could. If you were below that, wah, wah, wah. If you came in late and you only got 4 or 5, hey, no big deal. There were some tough questions on there. What do you guys think about that, first off? Should we ever do one like that again? Could you hear it? I wasn't sure if the sound was coming through. I tried to turn up the volume. So let me know if you go, nah, let's do a different game, or do our quizzes a different way, or if you like this way. I don't know if they have more on YouTube, but this is the one I found for Easter. All right, we are going to wrap it up here. We are into our good news segment. We are reading from Joshua 24. Joshua, the volume was very low. Okay, if we do one again, I will try to figure out how to fix that next time. That was my error. I had a volume button here on my machine that should control it. Didn't work. I had the volume on the computer. Didn't work. But if I do it on my other computer, I think it will work. So if we do one again, I'll make sure I have the volume fixed. All right. We'll make sure. It was fast and it was fun, but that's good because some of the time our quizzes take too long. So I was trying to speed things up, make it more of a challenge quiz, like I said, right? When you have to think of it fast, then it does become a bit more challenging. Pretty cool. Volume too low on quiz. Yes, I know. So hard to hear. Yeah, my fault. My fault. I didn't prepare for that problem. I didn't even think about the sound part. I was just thinking, oh, they'll be able to see this on the screen. This will be great. Almost. So here we go. And again, happy Easter to all of you. Okay, I want you all to have a happy, wonderful Easter. So in Joshua 24, let me find my notes here, make sure I don't miss anything. As we start this out, do you like to make choices for yourself, or would you rather have somebody else make the choices for you? In the chat, answer. Do you like to make choices for yourself, or do you kind of like it when other people will make choices? Now you remember, so last week we did, at the beginning of our episode, we did kind of like a this or that challenge where you had 2 good things and you had to pick between one of them. So think of like a choice like that. That was just something kind of fun. But we had to think about it. Do I want this one or that one? So do you like making choices like this, or would you rather just have somebody else decide so you don't have to think about it? But the this or that we did for last week was just like a fun thing. But in life, we have to make choices every day that can impact our lives and our futures, like our day-to-day choices. The choices we make today impact our futures. So that is something, that means the choices that we kind of make are important, right? Well, in our passage today, we're going to read how Joshua, he is at the end of his life and he is challenging the people of Israel. He has this question for them as they entered into the promised land, and he gives them this big verse that we're going to read right here, this important verse for us to think of. So Joshua is talking to the children of Israel. They're in the promised land. They had taken a lot of the land. Joshua is about ready to die. He knows his life's ending and he's uncertain about their future, but he gives them this choice, and this is our verse. Joshua said to the children of Israel, he said, "And if it seems evil to you to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Now, for all of us, God offers us free choice. We kind of have free will. And that's kind of nice. God didn't make us just to be robots or little machines that do exactly as instructed all the time. God gives us the freedom to make choices. Now, when we have this freedom, it also comes with a lot of responsibility, and there can be consequences also. There can be good consequences for our choices. There can also be bad consequences for our choices. So the choices we make today, again, they impact today, and they also impact the future. Now, each of us has the option to choose to believe and follow God, or we can choose to reject him and we can just do our own thing. God's fine with it. It doesn't really make him mad or upset, or it doesn't he still loves us just the same whether we choose to follow him or not, which is pretty amazing, right? But as the Israelites were coming into this land, they had this choice before them. The land that they were going into, the people who lived there, they were not believers in God. They had started to make up their own little gods, which were really fake, pretend gods. They had gods that were kind of like good luck charms, idols. A lot of times you'll read it in the Bible about idols. They would make little statues of their pretend gods, and they would worship and devote themselves to these gods. Again, some of them were like good luck charms, they thought, but they became the focus of these other people who lived in the land. They weren't focusing on the God of the Bible. They were focusing on these pretend, not real gods. And some of these gods, they would represent things like, maybe we could connect to like money or wealth. Some were represented agriculture, or maybe they represented fertility. That was one. What else? They had gods that promoted strength, gods of war. They had all these different kind of gods that were kind of like their good luck charms, and they made little idols, little statues from it, and they found ways to worship them in place of the real God. So as the people of Israel were going in, taking this land, the question was, this was a problem for the people who already lived in the land. Were the Israelites going to choose the God of the Bible, or were they going to get connected to the people who lived around them, their neighbors? So when Joshua offered the choice to the people, let's go back to that verse again. When Joshua offered this choice to the people, they wisely responded, yes. If you read a little bit past this verse, they said, yes, we will serve the Lord. Great choice. That was the right choice to make. But sadly, this choice to follow God only lasted for about a generation after Joshua. If you go into the next book of the Bible called Judges, you'll start to see that the people started to get into this cycle of they would follow a little bit of God, and then they would start to follow the idols, the gods of the land of their neighbors. And then they would get into big trouble, and God would rescue them, and they would come back to God, and then they would do the same cycle again, over and over and over and over again. But as they did this little by little, slowly their society kind of began to crumble. And in the end, sadly, these people who started off well and said, yeah, we're going to serve God, they got into a situation where things were never good again, where finally they were taken off captive to faraway lands. They were taken out of the promised land, and they missed out on all that God wanted to do in their lives. And sadly, they never really got it back. Things were never the same. as they were in this early time when they just started in the land. So today, you and I, we get to make the choice. Will we say like Joshua, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord? Or are we going to choose the gods maybe that are around us? There are a lot of fun and good things around us, right? We have sports activities, we have music, we have entertainment, we have all these leisure things then we have our work, our family, our friendships. All these things are good. But we can't allow them to replace God. We can't allow any of these things that seemingly would be good to be in place of God. God wants to be very first in our lives. When we choose to follow him, that's what we're doing. We're choosing to make him very first. So this is the most important decision that any of us will ever make. Definitely. It again has an impact, excuse me, for our day-to-day lives, and it will also impact our destination as far as eternity, whether we'll be with God or whether we'll be separated from him. So it's not something we can fake. God knows our hearts. And we might say with our lips, yeah, I'm going to choose to follow God, but maybe in our lives, we don't really live that way. So we expect, a lot of time we talk about that we got to be honest with God. Don't try to trick ourselves or fake ourselves out. But we want to make sure that we're choosing today to make God first our top priority. And again, God gives us the free choice whether to choose him or reject him. So it's super important. It's a big choice. I also wanted to read to you, if you want to know what Jesus had to say, with Jesus being God, he said in Matthew chapter 12, and this is a verse that's always kind of really caught my attention. It's really short. It just says, Jesus said, "He who is not with me is against me." So there's no middle ground. We're either all in for God, choosing to follow him with all of our hearts, or we're against him. There is no in-between gray area. So I really hope that we all understand that and be clear about that. We really want to be committed and devoted to God. So my hope and prayer, we're in this Easter season and we're remembering what Jesus had done for us. Are we for him or are we against him? I'm hoping that each of us can say that, excuse me, let me hit my cough button here real quick. I'm hoping that each of us can say that we have decided to follow Jesus, that we have put God first in our life. Best, wisest choice we'll ever make. But God has given us this responsibility. It's a big issue, a big concern. So have I, and we can only know ourselves, right? We can really, let's be honest with ourselves. Have I really chose to put God first in my life? Have you really chose to put God first in your life? Now, if you have, awesome. Perhaps you haven't yet. Today could be the day that you choose to do that. Today, you can choose to follow God. It doesn't matter what we've done in the past, even the things that aren't going to be so great in the future, or the ways we mess up today. God will accept us just as we are today. He loves you and he loves me just as we are. It's our choice whether we want to follow him. It's our choice today if we want to follow him. So if you haven't, let's make today be that day. Let's go ahead and pray together, all right? Father, thank you so much that you give us the freedom to choose you and to follow you. And it's just great to know that you didn't, again, make us like just to be robots so that we're forced to follow you or we're programmed to do that. But you give us the option. And we want to choose that. We want to choose to follow you today. And just like Joshua said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Let us be those kind of people, but let us not be like the people, the Israelites, who later on, they just kind of fell away and drifted away. But Lord, may we stay close to you each and every day. May you be the top priority of our lives. May you be first. May you be the one that we look to and seek after and love the most. You've given us so much to enjoy and you've blessed our lives in so many ways. And we're so thankful for all these things. But most of all, Father, we're so thankful for what you have done for us by sending your son to die in our place, to give his life for us, so that though we were once separated, we can be a part of your family. We can have a place in your kingdom. So thank you, Lord. Come and work in our lives. For those who have not yet made that step, I pray that today they would go ahead and step in and ask you into their hearts. And then for those of us who have chosen to follow you, Lord, help us to, again, not to just do it half-heartedly, but just be completely all in as we follow, as we worship, as we serve you. We don't want anything else. We just want you. And we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great time. If you need prayer for anything, we've been busy, add it in the chat. I always watch the chat for the last couple of minutes. So I will go back through and scan through all your comments, and I'll write down the prayers, and we'll make sure we pray for those things. We want to do that for each other anytime. Again, if there's any I missed earlier, it's just because I'm busy doing stuff here, but I will look at the end. So add that in at the end. And let's see what else. Stephanie, tonight, Crafting Corner on Thursday. Our new items will be on the website tonight too, and club shipment starts tomorrow. So lots of fun stuff. Thanks for joining me. Whatever you're up to today, as Easter week's going on here, enjoy. I'm hoping you're having nice weather. It's nice, cool weather out here in Southern California. It's springtime, and just enjoy the blessings. And as I finish up, I say, number one, make sure that you are choosing to follow Jesus. Nothing better than you can do than that. All right. I am out of here. God bless all of you. I will see you next week. We'll be back for Take Two Tuesday. That's a tongue twister. Take Two Tuesday tongue twister. That is a lot of T's. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.